afternoon, everyone. I'm Natalie Lacey, and I'm with National Research Group Stagwell, and it is my absolute pleasure to be here with Sarah Harms from ROKU.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
It's hot.
It's very hot.
But we're going to be great.
So tell us about your Cannes experience in the past.
So I think this is my 5th or 6th. It is one of my favorite events. I think it's the perfect blend of social, productive, creativity, technology in the south of France. Also timed nicely around my birthday. So it's always just a fun celebration. And just a great kind of culmination of this global community that's just so valuable to me and networking. So I adore Cannes, and I'm so happy to be here.
Great, and happy birthday
to
early,
you. But thank you. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's almost cancer season, so.
And it's something beautiful about doing an interview beside the beach and the ocean, but having all of these amazing brands around.
Yeah.
But most importantly, a big day for ROKU.
Yes, huge day for ROKU.
A huge day. So can you tell us a little bit about the announcement with Amazon Ads?
Yeah. So midnight Eastern, we did a press release announcing a strategic partnership between Amazon Ads and ROKU. It's really an amazing partnership of bridging our identities to make a unified CTV footprint that represents about 80% of the addressable households in the US. And so massive opportunity. This identity relationship, partnership, graph is exclusive to Amazon DSP. And so now Amazon DSP clients have added addressability, added scale, all thanks to the ROKU OS and footprint.
Amazing. Well, congratulations
Thank you.
on that.
Thank you.
Huge development. And when do you see that coming into the picture? What does the timeline look like?
We're doing the product work now. We've made a lot of headway. We're thinking Q4 this year calendar.
Great. So I'm a consumer. I have my ROKU. And what does that mean for me? So how will my experience between the two look different and Amazon?
Yeah, so now if you are an Amazon customer, you can expect to see their really performant, targeted, bespoke advertisements now on ROKU media or any media that happens on a ROKU TV. So before, a lot of Amazon's addressability was to their own media. And so now by doing this identity bridge, we've really unlocked such incremental scale for them for ROKU media, but also any impression happening on a ROKU device.
Amazing.
Yeah. Very exciting.
Very exciting for both parties, and really looking forward to what that brings for consumers.
Thank you. It's all part of our kind of bigger plan of just meeting clients where they want us to be. Amazon DSP has seen tremendous growth, and so as clients express preference there, this unique partnership will just only help them even more.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about CTV, a little bit. And, we're here at the Cannes Lion Festival Creativity. Maybe we can talk a little bit about what creativity means in a CTV world.
Yeah, I mean, ROKU is such a fun place to work because it's the perfect blend of being a consumer favorite product. We're the leader in the operating system in the US, but we also have amazing technology. But because of our really devotion to our consumers, we've really made elegant, enjoyable advertising canvases. And so I think that's where we get really creative. So everything from ROKU City, which is our interactive home screen, people tweet about it once every 12 minutes. We had Taylor Swift in ROKU City. We had Hellman's Mayonnaise store for the Super Bowl. So we really do get creative there. And so I think a lot of times people think of ROKU as like technology and operating system, but we do leave plenty of room for creativity and fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think even the whole branding of ROKU, it conveys that message.
Yes,
I think, the minute you turn it on, it conveys a certain enthusiasm.
Yeah, we want to make TV better. That's it. I mean, I think it's a intuitive UI. So as CTV audience ages, like it's still very welcoming. It's easy to figure out. It's not intimidating. And our whole purpose is really to help our customers find and get to the content that they care about in an increasingly fragmented world.
Yeah, absolutely. And in terms of that and being able to reach innovative ad formats, what do you see coming up in terms of innovation in the ad format for ROKU?
Yeah, I mean, we're always testing new experiences, always with the consumer in mind. The interesting thing, and you have your phone, I have my phone on me at all times. I never thought my phone would be my wallet, but it is. I don't really carry a wallet anymore. I pay with my phone. But increasingly, we're starting to see people buy things through their televisions. And so I think that's really fun. We have shoppable television formats.
Yes.
And because the remote is small and intuitive, it only has a few buttons, OK to Buy is as seamless as Apple Pay. And so maybe in a few years, we're here back in Cannes, and we've all bought our outfit through our TV. It's kind of this far off concept, but I don't think it's too far.
I don't think it's too far, and I think I'm really close to being one of those consumers.
But think about it. You're watching a show. Oh, I like her dress.
Yes.
How can I buy that? You know, it's like a different form of influencer.
Routinely searching for outfits that you see. It's like a new form of inspiration, actually.
Yeah.
So when you are actually taking that downtime to watch versus scrolling,
I know.
You still want to shop.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's been a fun, innovative thing for just a new array of customers on our platform as well.
So tell me, you have the new collaboration, obviously, engagement with Amazon Ads. What else is happening in terms of collaboration with brands and what that means in terms of Roku and the CTV audience?
Sure. I mean, this whole year, I joined a little over a year ago, but we've really been on this evolution away from a walled garden where you had to come work through our systems to get access to our data and measurement, to being much more of a open, collaborative player in the space. So if Stagwell wants us to work with a certain partner, we explore that. We explore third-party measurement and DSP relationships like the Trade Desk or Amazon. And so I think that's just been the big evolution that we're on. And so Amazon is just another example of that, but been a huge focus for us in making sure we're innovative, but also meeting our customers where they want us to be.
And when you talk about that kind of integration and the fact that you're open to these collaboration, what's the general response? I mean,
I think relief and excitement. I think we were proud of our own DSP, but I think we weren't always the first choice for customers. And so by making ourselves more available, always in a privacy compliant way, we're becoming a lot easier to work with. And so I think that's been refreshing. And so in CES, we announced the Roku Data Cloud.
Absolutely.
That's just really our ability to let our data be accessed by our customers in a clean room environment for planning or optimization or measurement.
Absolutely. Every one of these events now, I'm going to just follow the Roku announcements.
Thank you. Yeah, it was very strategic, but it got down to the wire, so we're very happy it got done.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, we're here at Stagwell Sport Beach. Love to spend a few minutes and just talk about sports communities and the passion for sports communities. And can you tell us a little bit about that and how it connects with Roku?
Sure. So again, Roku tries to make TV better. Sports is complicated. And so we want to make sure our users can find the content that they care about, whether it be a scripted drama or the Yankees game. And I always talk about my husband's great Uncle Lou, diehard Yankees fan, can't find out where the game is. You know, it's on ESPN, it's on Yes, it's on Amazon, it's on Apple. And so that's really hard for any user, let alone an 88-year-old. And so Roku as an OS wants to make that easier. And so we have our sports zone and our MLB zone to really curate the content to make it discoverable. And that's for like a big time sport like the MLB, but we're also investing in what we call challenger sports. So women's soccer, professional volleyball, fishing. And so these have die-hard loyal fan bases, but not always like prime time viewing opportunities. And so making sure we build a curated environment in our zones, providing that value as the operating system by kind of stitching those all together for easy consumption and discovery.
Great. Yes. One of the things I watch is MotoGP. Can be very hard to find.
Exactly.
Actually.
So we try to make it a lot easier. And the year-on-year growth of our zones is quite staggering. The one I'm proudest of is a field hockey player in college is our women's sports zone. So it's just great to see the attention they deserve.
And in terms of women's sports, you know, what are you seeing in terms of trends and activity around women's sports?
As a kind of media person, I think with women's sports, a lot of times the media math wasn't mathing. And when I say that, I mean they wanted to invest because it felt like the right thing to do, but oftentimes the reach wasn't there, or the fan base wasn't there, or the results weren't there. That's really changed. And so now it's not only like a great kind of thing to do, but also it's a responsible media investment, because the fan base is there, the viewership has grown astronomically. And so we're really seeing some innovative clients starting to invest 50-50, men's sports and women's sports. And we love that. And I love that as a woman, as a female athlete. And so we'll just, I think, continue to see that grow. And what's so nice is, again, that fan base is so kind of rabid and passionate. You should want to be in front of that audience.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, like you, I've come here for many years, and I remember even one of my early years coming, talking about women's sports, and there was a lot of push of, we need to get there, we need to get there. And I look at the programming this year, and the tone is completely different, the attitude, like the enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And it is, I think, both inspiring and exciting to see those trends.
Yeah, I mean, I think similar to the NBA, the athletes are brands themselves. And so sometimes, especially the younger generation, they don't follow a team, they follow a player. And so we're starting to see that with the Caitlin Clarks of the world. And that's where, again, as the Roku OS, we want to have clips of Caitlin Clark and viewer and athlete profiles. And so, again, just the value and the use of the OS in that regard as well.
Right. So rounding out the information, giving people access to different types of content, etc.
Yeah.
So in terms that you mentioned earlier about audience and the demographics of audience, and we all know that there is fragmentation, there's also differences by age group.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how Roku's approaching the different audience segments and appealing to a broad audience.
Yeah, I think what's so fun is that for the longest time, streaming was synonymous with SVOD, or subscription video on demand. That has completely changed. Now we see the vast majority, 75% plus, of our households are streaming some form of AVOD, or advertising video on demand. Right. And that's because there's so many streaming apps. Not everyone can do the premium model for all of them. And live sports coming into streaming has allowed for kind of those advertising rights. And so I think that's been fun to see, as streaming is so much more than just subscriptions. It's now really interesting advertising scale that we should all know about, and that includes FAST. I think one of my big initiatives for this week and this year is to kind of myth bust FAST, or free ad-supported television, because I think there's a bit of a misnomer, or it's seen as lower quality, but there is a lot of scale and there's a lot of viewers watching it.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us, future ahead, next 2 or 3 years, what do you see in the future of CTV and for Roku? What are some of the key things you're looking at long term?
Yeah, so we also announced this year our self-service tool for kind of SMB and direct response clients, Roku Ad Manager. I think that will continue to grow, and I think what's so exciting is that it's reduced the barrier to entry that national television used to have in terms of participation in the upfront. So that, coupled with AI to build creative, I think is really exciting, where now anyone can spin up a TV creative and run it in a very kind of efficient, easy to use platform. Really anyone can participate in TV, where that was never the case before.
Right, really. It's opened the barriers, and reduced sort of the entry.
Yeah. I think there was during the NBA playoffs this week, I don't know if you saw, but some client ran a 100% AI creative, and it cost him like $2,500 to make. And so if you think about that, think of all the opportunity for all the advertisers to now participate in television.
It's, that connection with the SMB and those other audiences that have that perception is really important. I mean, I've seen a lot of work that say they're really intimidated by that. So now really opening up that access, and I think the rise of creators and influencers, making that more familiar is a great opportunity.
I think we're seeing CTV go the way of kind of social, where just lower barrier to entry, easier to use, easy tools, API partnerships. And so we are very happy to participate in that space, and then we're very happy to participate in the upfront. So really addressing every client in between.
What's fascinating to me is like the fact that we're redefining television, and what used to be, as you say, is just completely different in terms of the engagement, in terms of access, in terms of interaction. And it's almost like a new horizon.
Correct, yeah.
For television that I think 5 years ago was not seeing that we had all this potential.
Yes,
so
yeah.
it's both really exciting and great opportunities.
Just think about in 5 years what we'll be talking about. Who knows? But
I would hope to see you here.
I know. We're just very happy to be the leading OS and to be kind of pushing these boundaries, but still having the like biggest beautiful screen on your living room. And so we're happy for our place in the ecosystem.
Great. So last question. Birthday? Any big plans? Dinner?
No. My husband used to come over and meet me, but we have 2 little ones, and so it's just a lot. And so I'll be home this year. It's Saturday, the 21st, so the summer solstice. So I'm happy to be home with my kids and my husband. So we'll probably go to the local bar, and that's it.
Well, that sounds amazing.
Yeah,
who doesn't love a good local bar?
Exactly.
Maybe they'll have the TV on.
Yes,
so.
and then hopefully it's a Roku.
Great. Anything else you want to add about Roku before we close?
No, I think we touched on our partnerships, our OS leadership position, ads manager. So we've got a lot going on. We're very proud.
You do indeed. Well, again, congratulations
Thank you.
to everything.
Thank
It's
you.
been an absolute
Lovely
pleasure.
to be here. Yeah.
And I wish you a great rest of Cannes.
Thank you.
Thank you.